All right. Good afternoon. Hope all is well with everybody. Had a tough loss this past weekend, but we got to pick up the pieces, move on. It's Denver Bronco week. With that said, I'm all ears.
How much do you feel Isaiah's improved this beginning as far as patience and vision? I know that has been the point of emphasis for y'all.
You know what? I think he's done a good job of progressing each and every week. Every week he does something a little bit different. Obviously, what's showing up on tape is that he's running extremely hard. He's doing a heck of a job of moving the chains. We just got to continue to build and grow with him.
Travis obviously was disappointed with the fumble. He's not someone who fumbles a lot. It looked like he was doing everything correct on that play. He's a veteran. He probably doesn't need a lot of coaching on that. But how do you approach that with someone of his stature when they have a fumble like that ends up costly?
The thing about Trav has been through this, and he understands exactly what you said. He's a veteran player. You know, guys never want to go into a game wanting to fumble the football. So he was trying to do everything, but he understands that cannot happen. When you're playing in those type of games and that type of atmosphere, you know, the margin of error is so small and so minute that the littlest thing can dictate the outcome of the game. And the thing I took away from all of it, from that experience, is just getting our guys to understand that you never know when something little can have such an impact. So it's important that we're focusing on the little detail aspects of our game. That way now we don't have to worry about that. So we got to take care of the little things. We got to take care of the details. We'll improve. We'll be better. And sometimes you need those type of lessons moving forward to help you to continue to grow in the right way as collectively as a group.
When you're being touched by three defenders like that, is the coaching point to continue to fight, or is it, is it both depending on the situation?
Well, here's the thing. And as a former player, there's always an ego about you, you know. Hey, I'm the man, I can do this, I can do that. But sometimes you just got to know when to say when. You got to know when to surrender. At the end of the day, just like I discussed with the guys each and every week, the ball is the most important thing, not you. So let's just make sure anytime we're in possession of that football that we're handing it back to the ref after each and every play.
The Broncos have struggled, haven't won a lot of games, but their defense is still very good. What are the big challenges you guys will have facing their defense?
Every week it starts up front. Those guys are doing a heck of a job, and they're showing up on tape. Every week it starts up front. Their D-line is playing. They're playing hard. They're playing fast. Those are two interior guys, the Jones brothers. They're doing a hell of a job. Browning, number 53. I mean, they got some guys. Purcell's doing his thing. The backers, Josie, 47 and 49. And then, hell, at secondary, Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson, the nickel, number 21. It's a shame I can't think of his name. And then they got a rookie out there. I think the kid is from Nebraska that's playing. They're very good, okay? They show up on tape for all the right reasons. So although they are struggling, they're still the Denver Broncos. They're one of those teams that we know that has a great ideal and feel for what we do. So it's our job to make sure that we're not taking anything for granted. I can care less what their record shows. I do know this. When you look at them defensively, they're playing championship football. And it's our job to make sure that our guys are ready and plugged in. They need to go out and perform.
When you get to this point of the season, I mean, obviously they're not going to make the playoffs. But when you're watching them on tape, you're seeing that defense fighting like they're fighting for a playoff spot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to understand, guys are auditioning for jobs. So anytime the Kansas City Chiefs are coming to town or teams are coming to visit us, it's their Super Bowl. They want to see how they measure up against a team that's had a great deal of success for a number of years. And so we know that we're going to get their best. And so when you know that, it's important that we do not slip. So I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. It's always about the little detail aspects of our game. We got to make sure that we're on top of everything. But we need to go out there and collectively play hard and play fast, but also have a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose in everything that we do by detailing their specific job on that one particular play.
Eric, what do you think of Colorado's new football coach?
Hey, I've known Prime for a long time. I'm actually very happy and excited for him, you know. But My whole focus is on the Denver Broncos. I know Prime is getting all his attention that he needs right now. But I think he's going to do a great job.
Hey, Coach, I was surprised a week ago when Patrick Mahomes in here said that he's kind of liking staying in the pocket, and as he gets older, he wants to be more and more in there with an occasional breakout. Are you seeing that attitude from him and trying to help him develop that more and more and make plays more and more? And
Oh yeah, I mean it's good talk.
so it's not true.
No, it is true, and I'm just bringing it to light because he's actually very, very in tune and staying focused on what can he do in the pocket to help him to get better. Especially just like I discussed a few weeks ago about our interior three. Those guys do a great job of protecting the depth and giving him an opportunity to step up. But Pat's one of those guys, if he feels something, he's going to find a way to make a play with his feet. And he's dynamic at it. And the thing that you don't want to do, you don't want to encourage him to do it all the time, but you don't want to discourage him from doing it as well. But he's doing a heck of a job of just stepping up in the pocket, playing with poise, and doing what he needs to do.
So he's not as old as he thinks.
I mean, this is year, 5 or 6?
27 years
Yeah, I mean, he's 20.
Yeah.
What?
He's a
How
baby.
old is Brady?
45.
Yeah, exactly. So he got a long ways to go.
I wanted to also ask you about Pacheco. When I first met him, he told me football was his favorite. It's the only place you could hit somebody and not get in trouble for it. He's got that running back, I'm going to knock you over if you come. Do you see that kind of growing in him, helping him be more successful?
Yes.
And other teams starting to respect how physical he can be?
Well, you know what? I'll say this. Greg Lewis is doing a great job with him. I tell you what else is teaching him. Jerick McKinnon is doing a great job with him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is doing a great job with him. Burton is doing a great job with him. All those guys, they talk to each other. They have a great chemistry. They have a great working relationship together. So they're helping him to improve on every aspect of his game. Is he taking heed? Yes, he is. He's listening. He's going out there, and he's learning a lot on his own as well, because you can only learn by experience. But he's doing a great job. He's just a physical football player. He's a physical person. And so he has the right attitude and the right mindset to play the position, because they know when he's getting backfield, it's 85,000 people, including the other 11 on the other side of the ball, knows that he's going to touch it. And so you have to have that temperament to play physical and to play aggressive, and he has that.
Coach, Lucas Niang's been back for a few weeks. Looks like he's had some team snaps, got in, I think, played one snap as a sixth man. He's had 9 previous starts in the past. Just how ready do you think maybe he is to get back in that mix?
Yeah, I think Lucas is chomping at the bit, and I think obviously just like any professional player, they would all tell you, hey, I'm the man, I should be starting right now. But right now, those guys are doing a pretty good job up front of taking care of business, although it hasn't been perfect all the time. But, he understands his role, and he understands his place, and he understands that the biggest thing right now is making sure if something was to happen, that he's mentally and physically prepared to step in when that situation presents itself.
Go ahead, DJ.
Talking about
Dane
the-
Harvey.
How about the O-line and tackles? Orlando and Wally have been kind of considered giving up the most pressures in the league so far. What's been the process of helping them out, along with Chips and them?
Oh, yeah.
O-line?
Well, I'll say this, just like I discuss each and every week, because it's not an excuse for those guys, but every week we're going to get everybody's best. And so every week is championship football. Those guys know exactly what they're going to be faced. As a coaching staff, we can do a great job, a better job of helping them out as well, knowing that some of the premier pass rushers that they're going to play against. It's just like the kid Browning, number 56. This kid was an inside backer. Now he's outside, wreaking havoc. Number 53, I can't think of his name, but these guys can play. They get after the quarterback. So we got to make sure we're staying in tune and giving them the necessary help. But also, too, those guys know in certain situations that help won't be provided. So they also understand that they can be better in certain situations. But as a coaching staff, we need to be better as well.
Go ahead.
It seems like Pacheco's production has gotten better since his fumble. You mentioned details earlier. I just wonder, with the running style and the details, what has shown up to where he's been so successful since fumbling against the Jacksonville
You know what? And I'll say this, and it sounds simple. He takes coaching. He listens, okay? And one thing in this industry, the only way you're going to learn to improve is to go out there and make a mistake. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is make a mistake. And so by him having his quote-unquote failures when presented, he's maximized and made the most of it because he's learned from what not to do. And so I think he's a mature kid he's doing a great job right now. Knock on wood, I don't want to jinx him. But he's doing a great job. Coach Slew is making sure he's staying fundamentally sound with all the details and all the aspects of the things that he needs to do on the field. But on top of that, making sure that he's taking care of his body the right way.
Coach, you've had Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. That's all right. We had Ingram for a while.
But you have Gordon now for the past week, and understanding that the running backs room is healthy, but what stands out to you about Melvin that you didn't know before?
You know what? I'll say this. I don't know if I necessarily didn't know it, but just watching him, he's the ultimate professional. It's the reason why he's had the success that he's had. Obviously, he had a tough year this year, and sometimes that happens. But sometimes without any bad luck, you wouldn't have any good luck at all. And he's happy to be here. I'm glad that he's here. He's had an opportunity to watch our guys work. He has a great deal of respect for what we're doing and how we're doing it. And he's just making the most of every opportunity. He's not complaining about anything. He just wants to know what he needs to do. And the thing that we talked about on day one is just making sure he's busting his tail when he's out there. And he's doing a great job of it. He's a professional.
Thanks, everyone.
You guys take care. Thank you.